Hello everybody, welcome to your live watch-along of England versus Portugal in the final. In England's, I think, final warm-up game for the FIFA Women's World Cup in Australia and New Zealand. And the game is on the way. England versus Portugal in England's final warm-up match before the actual tournament begins.
As a player, definitely not. You hate losing, and I think they'd have hated even more people saying, "That's the best time to come." Anytime you lose is a bad time. But so long as they get the roll started again now and get back on that roll for the finals, perfect timing.
With all these injuries that England have had.
So guys, keep putting your questions in the chat, like, sub, and subscribe if you are new to the channel.
Who will start their opening game against Haiti? See if there's some clues in this lineup today.
Interested to hear your thoughts in the chat.
She's made in midfield for England. Never seen this Portugal side play. They like to keep the ball. When the moment comes, they will try to get that ball quickly to their.
Come on, England. I know it's been it's early days, but the main thing is England. Hopefully we can get the win.
It'll be a tough afternoon for this kind of very new England back line.
Gomez from the two centre backs. There is experience in this Portugal team as well. Paulo Costa, Centurions in the side in the centre of their defence. One of those who's played at the previous two tournaments that Portugal have qualified for. In 2017.
So guys, keep putting your question in the chat, like, sub, and subscribe if you are new to the channel.
Portugal trying to play up from the back, and England lying in wait, going to give it away. Walsh, and a misplaced pass from Kira Walsh. Very rare occasion, but a tricky evening against Australia. And that defeat that ended his 30-match unbeaten run. The first loss under Serena Wiegman. Had to be against Australia. And applying the pressure.
Come on, England.
Early on. And Greenwood on the left back position. Looking for him. There and getting across. And outside is Amado. Can play on either side, but we found it right back for Portugal. Hemp. She spots that gap. So on his side, she looks to take it, and then Ana Silva trying to break away. Carter was in quickly. Straight away, not allowing Portugal time to settle. Stanway. Lauren James. So his supporters excited to see her today. Bronze. James. Doubled up well there, Portugal, on occasion. Squeezed away by Carol Costa. Mariams captaining England today. With no Millie Bright and, of course, no Leah Williamson. Greenwood. Line two, who likes to pick up those pockets of space. But midfield of Portugal trying to knock him out. And they can't. Dolores Silva.
When we saw the lineup for the team the team sheet, we had Jess Carter who's starting at centre back and Alex Greenwood at left back. We weren't sure which way.
Come on, England. England are just going to keep passing, moving around. Hopefully, they can create a few chances, but we just got to wait and see.
So much going forward. But for me, having her in that left-sided position gives that added dynamic to the forward play of England's progressiveness.
Portugal have already switched their fullbacks. It's interesting. Bronze. Portugal has come across to the right-hand side. As the sun comes out, Milton Keynes. Greenwood. Diligent work for the Portuguese players to try and defend against them, but the ball played in.
Go on. Oh, what a save! What a save for the keeper. What a save for the Portuguese goalkeeper.
Applying the pressure. And how dangerous he could be in the air. Now's a chance to showcase it. Stanway. Ish Pereira heading across just in time. Dane trying to sneak in once more.
Ah.
That's what she offers to this England side.
It's what she's offers, and two headers in the space of 30 seconds. The first one definitely more dangerous than the second, but she's got intelligent movement. She could play off the back shoulders. We see here the delivery.
First header was
from
better than the
her is
second.
outstanding, but the way she picks her pockets between the two centre backs gives her that space to be able to get that header on goal. Just didn't quite have the power on it to beat the keeper.
England already creating chances, and Walsh to link up with her Barcelona teammate Lucy Bronze. The two Barcelona players now European champions, both joining the club for this season, taking them to the title. Dramatic victory over Wolfsburg when they were 2-0 down in that final.
Not a bad way to win the Champions League. A brilliant season for both of them, and for Kira Walsh especially. So many player of the match performances, winning trophy after trophy, and she's someone that potentially has gone under the radar for a large periods of time as a player, but now is getting the plaudits that she fully deserves.
Absolutely going to second World Cup with England.
Come on, England.
And Nazare there under pressure. It was a creative force for Portugal, but there were the white shirts around her, not preventing her from having any traction. To sit behind that front two, the two silvers.
This is good play from England. Oh, throw into Portugal.
We know Greenwood's strengths on the ball.
Well, this is one of the important things for today. It's about connections, it's about sharpness, it's about match fitness. These players haven't played for a long period of time.
Stanley into James. There's going to be room here for Bronze. Bronze clipping it back inside towards Stanway. Mira Silva on the cover. There's Diana Silva. Having to work so hard to retain possession, Portugal. So England like to play aggressive defending. Chance get away with Pinto. Pinto almost got that through to Oscar Silva, but Greenwood was there.
Strong defending there by Alex Greenwood.
Good defending.
Win the throw on as well, which is always a positive. Don't think she'd have
So guys, keep putting your questions in the chat. Like, sub, and subscribe if you are new to the channel.
Picking it up from two with a foot in on free.
That's not a foul, ref.
Can't believe it. Swiss officials today. Mr. Staubley, the main referee.
I mean, you can see the frustration. She's won the ball. There's a little bit of argy-bargy going on, but nothing that warrants a free kick. It's a good opportunity for England to test their defensive set-piece structure.
That's what Serena thought about the decision. A chance here to test Mary Earps. The visiting side. Ika Nazare. Over this set piece. Portugal. Thank you forward here. The low one. Awkward for England there. Still wasn't the delivery Nazare might have wanted. Portugal waiting to see if they'd won a corner, but they haven't.
Wasn't the perfect delivery, but you can see Jessica Silva there. Definitely claiming for handball. She may have a point. So Alex Greenwood's arm was down. I'm not sure she could have done much else.
But we do have VAR. But in the meantime, England on the attack. Good work from Stanway to get it out to James. And James, one of those classy waltzing runs.
Go on. Oh, out of play, for God's sake.
That's another of those runs from Laura James to get the crowd off their feet.
You said it there, classy. That is exactly what Lauren James is. She's a classy footballer. The way she moves the ball, you just can't tackle her. She's got so much talent, and she's a player that I'm so excited to see in this World Cup coming up.
It's one of the many debates about who might start in this England side. James or Kelly on that side. Now Carter, this is a test for her at the back. And Jessica Silva, a threat in that regard, and wants to work out here for Portugal. There's Jessica Silva. That's not the best ball in, and easily mopped up by Kira Walsh. Always makes that look so easy. It was just a little glimpse of where we think teams might be able to get at England. If England do persist with a high line in games.
Potentially why Jess Carter is in that centre-back position. She is very
Come
good,
on.
and if she is caught out or if England are caught
About
out, she's good
10 and a half minutes played, folks. England 0, Portugal 0. And not a lot has happened.
Williamson, and when Daly was in the back four as well, what they offered to that back line, that recovery speed. They're having to rethink their defence. Both enforced really, one through the form of Rachel Daly back up front again, and the other the injury to the captain. Greenwood, kick for two, red by Diana Gomez.
That's where you want to see Ella Toon picking up pockets between the centre-back and the full-back, running in behind. When Alex Greenwood's on the ball, she gets her head up, she can pick those passes out. Just needed a slightly better first touch from Ella Toon, and she's in.
To go back to Portugal, formation at international level has certainly come on leaps and bounds. Not an easy side to beat. They've shown during the Euros as well. Incredible 2-2 draw with Switzerland, entertaining one at that.
Oh, come on, England.
James. Greenwood. Take it in her stride. Now Hemp. And Hemp goes down.
I don't know, a free kick, ref.
Here as Toon looks for Daly. Taken away by Carol Costa. Portugal know they have to get the bodies around Lauren Hemp. During the Euros, you can do that, but that gives space for others. Beth Mead, one of those who benefited in that sort of scenario. Laura James will hope it's the same. It's Bronze.
I think anyone that watches any English football will know the talent that Lauren James has, and know that just like Lauren Hemp, you can't afford to give her any kind of space, so it's difficult choices. Where are you going to double up? Where are you going to leave those gaps for England?
That's the benefit England have. All the pressure on Kira Walsh in that Australia game, but if the whole team is working, you can't mark them all.
I think you see there, you want that. You don't want that advantage. You want that free kick. Definitely a foul. It's got to be given there.
Ball change. Armado. Norton. Nazare trying to help that ball forward to Jessica Silva. Trish again. Nazare. England probably recognised her as being an attacking threat, so she's been given no time at all. The young forward, youngest player in this Portugal lineup. Carroll. It goes to Norton. Much room to turn. A lot of teams find this when they play England. They seem to deal with sort of attacking midfield players of the opposition very well in games. Something I've noticed watching this England side.
And that's also credit to Kira Walsh. She dictates the play in the centre of that field so well. On the ball she gets credit. She doesn't often get credit for when she's out of possession. The way she manages the players around her, those attacking midfielders that can cause you problems if they're not picked up correctly.
With their head up, Walls looking for a progressive pass. Alex Greenwood in that back line. Serena Wiegman. Well, all our talk about who we think might start. We know that Serena knows.
Was she?
She does. She never let us know that she doesn't.
She wouldn't, but I think there are some questions at the moment. You've obviously got Rachel Daly that started in the 9, Alessia Russo who's been in the 9 as well. We've got Neve Charles at left back, who's got the 3 shirt in today's squad. I'm not sure if I'm reading too much into squad numbers. I know they haven't been announced. Got Millie Bright coming back in. There's so much movement in this squad.
Movement with England coming forward. Probably towards Daly, not that far away. Him putting the pressure on, but Lauren James almost playing that right.
Come on,
into
England.
the path of Daly.
I mentioned all those players and I still didn't even mention Chloe Kelly. But here again, Lauren James putting in a brilliant ball. Rachel Daly again finding those gaps between the 2 centre-backs. She's so good at finding those gaps between them, getting herself that inch of space, which is why she's scored so many goals this season in the WSL. She finds the pockets in between, evades being marked, and then gets the opportunity to get shots on goal from within that 6-yard box.
Joint record number of goals in the WSL this season for Rachel Daly, being signed for Aston Villa up front. And it feels like very much of the debate about whether she should play in defence or up front has been put to bed for now. She was pretty good in defence. It's that sort of play, you just want her on the pitch. Morgan, who started the game against Australia, seems to be preferred young defender, Serena Wiegman, and then Letitia, who is on the bench today, but is one of the reserve players who will travel with the team to that first game. Once again, Portugal unable to impose themselves on this England side. Australia were able to do that at times in that friendly last time out, and Brazil were in the second half, the Finalissima. Greenwood. And Hemp. Borges tried to get there, she couldn't. Carter pinging that out to Bronze. James eases her way, gets it forward to Bronze. Away waiting for that ball, but it's a loose pass from Bronze, but Walsh is there. Toon urged to shoot, does shoot, but drags her shot well wide, weaker foot and all that.
I think had Ella Toon played a couple of games in the last few weeks, I think that would have been finding its way on target with a lot more power, and that's the importance of today's game. It's great that she's picking up those pockets and she's got the confidence to shoot from those areas, but England need that match sharpness. They need to get firing on all cylinders, and this game is really important for them to be able to develop connections, as I said before, but also get firing on all cylinders, get those goals in the back of the net and get some confidence going.
It's been over a month since these players were in action for their clubs domestically. Bronze playing in a Champions League final. This is a good platform here for Portugal though, and Jessica Silva stealing in behind.
Away goes Portugal.
By Carter. Forced right again here. This is more promising. Another challenge from him. It's a good run from Pinto. Cover from Amado. Pinto making that clever run inside.
She held her line so well. It's a brilliant ball in behind the back line. Just couldn't get her first touch out of her feet. Set it back quite well, and then England had enough bodies behind. But that's the threat that Portugal can cause for England.
Pinto, one of those who plays her football in Spain, over the Centurions in this experienced Portugal side. Carter.
So guys, keep putting your questions in the chat, like, subscribe if you're new to the channel. Come on.
Daly hitting and hustling, but penalised. Referee.
Just slightly got that hand out there. I don't think Rachel Daly can have too many complaints about that handball decision. She looks slightly isolated at the moment up top. I think she needs to get a little bit of support closer to her, whether that's Georgia Stanway, whether that's Ella Toon Century, because Lauren Hemp and Lauren James both playing quite wide.
Come on, England, we just need to start doing something, but they're just not doing anything.
Seems to have the run on Greenwood. Looking for Jessica Silva. She's not going to get the free kick, but Portugal still have it. Not going to get it that time either. But they're finding some joy down that right-hand side, the Portuguese.
They are, and I think that's one of the things when you play against a team like England that are so technical, they're full of confidence, they're European champions. The longer you get yourself into a game, the longer you stay in it, haven't conceded, start to build your way in, the more confidence it gives you. And you can see that the confidence is growing within this Portuguese side.
Here's Francisco Neto, Portugal coach since 2014, so he's overseen their previous two tournament visits. Been knocked out in the group stage in both competitions, with European Championships. They go into this World Cup in what looks like a very difficult group indeed, facing the two sides who were in the World Cup final in France in 2019, the United States and the Netherlands, and Vietnam, the other country in that group. There's Norton. Pinto won't get to that. Daly. Toon. Cross to Stanway. James. This gives the impression that she's in control of every single thing she does, but then the cross comes in there, it's going to be a corner.
Corner to England, folks.
Lauren James just makes football look easy, look effortless. The way she moves it, the way she makes the ball stick to her feet. There's always something that comes from it. I played for her at Manchester United for a couple of seasons, and if she's on your side, it's great. If she's not, it's a nightmare. But she's growing into her talent, and she's one that's produced for Chelsea and now needs to come out here and produce for England as well.
I was waiting for you to mention that connection. The part you've played in her success so far.
I let her score a few goals in training. I think that's part of it.
We're hoping she can star at the tournament coming up. Greenwood with this corner for England. Portugal brought everybody back to defend it. It's played short into him. And Greenwood trying to mix it up with this corner. Walsh, and there's too much on that. Well, they don't have the presence of many Brights in that penalty area today.
They don't, and it's interesting making choices to do short corners and ones that probably take a little bit more time and effort to work on. Well, I can't imagine they'll have had too much time to specifically spend on set pieces at the moment. They've obviously not been in camp for too long, they've had time off. So it's an interesting choice whether they've just been told...
So keep your questions to come in, vote.
Do what you feel is right.
Or even gonna win, like, sub, subscribe if you're new to the channel. Hit the like button. I will highly appreciate it, folks.
Bronze. That's laid off by Daly. And James. Wanting to suck in those Portugal challenges. And teasing the defender.
So it's England 0, Portugal 0.
Morgan. Carter. Greenwood.
We just need to see how. I think England will score eventually, but we just don't know when.
Morgan. James. The ball looking for...
Go on. Oh, England, man.
Rachel Daly again in those gaps between the two centre backs and delivering.
Come on, England.
Lauren James, but with Portugal playing so deep, it doesn't give so much space to be able to find those gaps, and the goalkeeper can come up nicely.
Still let Portugal get into the game.
Flick forward to Carter. You know she's got a bit of a challenge on her hand in that respect. Wasn't taking any chances. The two Silvers up front.
Good defending.
Diana Silva hasn't had many touches of the ball so far. And here's him. Who's waiting for support. Slowing things up before she accelerates forward. Just caught in two minds.
There we go, corner to England, folks.
She was, and I think part of that is match fitness, speed of play. I've said it a couple of times now, it's about getting back into the rhythm, getting back into the motion, and a lot of decision making as well. It's the mental side of the game, switching on those kind of patterns in your head as well as at your feet.
So another corner for England, starting from the opposite side.
Good corner. Ah.
Stanway.
Come on, England.
Desperate for Stanway.
This is good play. Good play from England.
The line to Toon.
Ah, too much on it again.
Rustiness. England do have a match behind closed doors against Canada. As one of their warm-up, their last warm-up match before the action begins in Australia. And the opening game of the World Cup sees the co-hosts against the Republic of Ireland in their first tournament, and that match will be live on ITV1 and ITVX. And as well as that game, another of the early games in the tournament, also on ITV1, England's opening match against Haiti, Saturday the 22nd of July. 9:40 we're on air, which kicks off at 10:30. England facing another of the debutants, a record number of debutants of this expanded competition. Driving on, clips it in towards Daly, he's going to break to two.
Go on. Oh, yeah, the shot. It's unlucky.
Came in, I think it was Pinto in there. Carter. And Greenwood with the switch to bronze. As England to stretch Portugal, and Daly was just waiting for that diagonal for bronze. It didn't come. It's Diana Silva. Can she get going in behind Morgan? Morgan stretching and covering very well. Read the danger well indeed.
Brilliant defending from Esme Morgan then. Silva definitely had speed on her, but her body movement, the way she cut across in front of her, eradicated any form of danger, and it's an excellent defending there by Esme Morgan.
Come on, England. I think England will score, but I just don't know if they will and when.
Have a lot of the ball in this tournament. I think of all the teams in the World Cup, arguably only Spain could rival England in possession. Here's Toon. Say arguably, we always know that with Spain, and with their slightly weakened squad.
I think even with their slightly weakened squad, it's a brilliant team, and one that I'm sure will do well at this tournament. It'll be interesting to see how the dynamic works with the team, with everything that's gone on behind the scenes and also in front of the scenes. It's been very public, but it's a loss for them with certain players missing. They've got some back. I think it'll be really interesting to see how they do perform in this tournament. Seen here again, Lauren Henry.
Oh, I kicked it. Ah.
I'm sure if she saw the foot come in from Pinto quite late and pulled out. We're at that stage where you don't want to get injured going into a tournament. The last thing any player wants, but also you want to prove that you're there and ready to start.
Here's Greenwood. Looking for Toon. There's Norton. Tried to turn and did well. Silva. His quick feet. They're playing at Lyon. The successful sides in women's club football. So rare touch for her in this game. Something you can sympathise with playing Portugal tonight.
Most definitely, and I think as a goalkeeper you know that you're going to have that moment. You know that whether it's in the first minute, the 44th minute, the 91st minute, you will have that moment where you'll be called upon. And so much of it is so important to keep that concentration. And Marriott has shown that through the European Championships through the last couple of years, that she's got that, and she's an asset to this team right now.
Clearly one of the leaders in the dressing room as well. That's to see today. It's an excellent ball by Greenwood to him.
Oh.
Touch there from Emma Gomez was enough in the end.
Lauren Hemp down this left-hand side, causing all sorts of problems. England going a little bit more direct down the left side. Deliveries in from
Come on, England.
and it turned out to be an excellent touch. Couple of inches, couple of feet further narrow, might have caused the goalkeeper a little bit of a problem, but well defended in the end. But England being a little bit more direct, it's causing Portugal more problems, catching them out before they can get into shape.
We'll see what England do with this corner this time. They played it short, the last corner from this side. Everybody back for Portugal again. Stanley lingering on the edge of the penalty area with Walsh. Greenwood.
What ball? Oh, that's a bad. That cross, not a bad cross into the box, but at the moment England are trying their best, but I just don't know where the goal's going to come from.
There's no way that Silva is getting free on goal or getting anywhere towards England's half of the pitch with England out of shape, with Georgia Stanway anywhere near her. She's really grown into this position within the side. She's one of the first names on the team sheet, and she's clever. She's switched on. She knows what she needs to do. That game.
Come on, that. Come on. Go on, England.
She needs a tactical foul. She's there to make it. If she needs to let the game flow, she can do that.
From the Bayern side, who picked up another league title. And England's players coveted by the best sides in Europe. Nazare there. Hasn't to find much room so far. It's frustrating for a player.
Come on, England. We just want to get started, but 32 minutes played, 0-0.
Emma Silva felt that from behind. There's not even a free kick here, I don't think. Emma Silva felt that.
She definitely did. I think the contact from behind slightly caught the back of her leg. I think the referee has given a free kick in fact.
Yeah, no argument from Lauren Hemp.
Lots of argument from Diana Silva though.
It's accidental. But Norton will take this set piece for Portugal. They tested England here.
Portugal with a cross in. Oh, good defending. Good block.
Trying to make sure that the cross doesn't come in, but it might still break here. Portugal and Carter will be able to clear it away. Shown enough here so far, Portugal. It can cause England no problems here when they have the platform to attack in their own half. Emma Silva. The front player, Jessica Silva.
Come on, England. I want them to start doing something, but just not doing anything at the moment.
Target there. It's understandable that England.
Come on, England.
Holes in their back line. The Bronze charging forward. And James, can she supply Bronze here?
Go on, that's a ball. Go on.
To clip it
Yes.
close.
No.
Quite reaching. Vital touch, I think, defensively in the end.
It was a fantastic delivery. It was Borges, I think, who got caught in the middle.
For England, we're going to score then, and
Took it off of
for another, took off a nick of a Portuguese head
fantastic defending.
and took it away from the ongoing player.
Getting back for Portugal there. Hard. Portuguese to keep England out. They have done up to now. Greenwood hanging that.
Come on, that's a good ball.
Bronze.
Yes, oh, overhead kick over the bar.
Couldn't keep it down.
I think that shows the confidence that Rachel Daly is playing with at this moment in time. Had that gone in, it would have been a spectacular goal. And who are we to blame her for They're trying the audacious right now.
22 goals in a WSL season. Nobody's ever scored more in a WSL season. Joint record with Sam.
Come on, lad. Come on.
Side who are not competing for the title. That's some going.
And what was the last top scoring left back as well?
That's not a foul.
Well, I wonder here. The referee is just going to have a word with.
That is not a foul in a million one years.
The challenge on the captain, Dolores Silva.
I'm not too sure there's much in that. She may have caught her toe.
I want us to play well. I want us to do this. I want us to do that. I want us to try and get a goal or anything. But yeah.
I'm sure they will, and they have.
And Laura James just took the talking to, and on we go.
But at the moment, England are playing very well. I just don't know where goals are coming from. That's the key. That's the key factor.
Signed the biggest football agents in the world.
Well, hopefully England can create enough chances. Go on. Go on. Oh, another rubbish ball.
Costa. She goes again, but she's been penalised there. I think she's cutting a bit of a frustrated figure. She wants to impose her talent on this platform.
Come on, God's got to try and do this and that, but at the moment, I think eventually something's going to give.
Could have been a dangerous opportunity, but for me, if you go back before that, you see her frustrations. Before that, England are normally so brilliant on transition, but the Ella 2 regained possession, and all she had to do was Rachel Daly. There wasn't the numbers forward with her. I think England need to get a little bit higher up the pitch, a little bit.
Free kick to England. Let's see how it happens here, folks.
Problems for Portugal's backline, especially in transition, especially on turnover.
Some accidental treading on the toe from Daly on Borges. Stanway and Greenwood over this free kick. Stanway will lead it.
Come on, here comes the free kick. Ah.
Trying to play the ball into Lauren James. Carter.
Come on, England.
Walsh. Out it goes. Stanway. James. She saw the gap. Checks back.
Go on.
The defender,
That's a ball. Ah, yikes.
Portugal at the moment looking quite comfortable. If they can keep Lauren James wide, prevent her from cutting in field and unleashing shots herself, I'm sure they'll be quite pleased. They've defended
about 38 minutes played. England 0, Portugal 0.
We talk a lot about Lauren James and where she might end up in this England side. Talk about she's been played wide most often for England and for Chelsea actually since she signed for them. Where do you see her final position?
I think she's got so much talent, she can play wherever she wants to play. But for me, I think I'd like to have her central, where she can pick the ball up, where she can drive centrally and unleash shots.
So people keep putting in your questions in the chat.
Pockets where she needs to.
Like, sub, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. England 0, Portugal 0, something will give eventually.
More central gives England a different kind of dynamic.
I thought you were going to say when she could play anywhere she wants, I thought you were going to say left back there. But let's not start that again. Here's Stanway. Greenwood.
Here comes England on the ball.
Waiting for the ball in, it didn't come. Greenwood.
Ah, ball over the top. Oh, nearly in, but unfortunately, it's still 0-0.
England causing problems down this left-hand side. A slightly mishit, almost beautifully mishit delivery from Alex Greenwood. But it's good to see more bodies in the box there from England. Lucy Bronze at the back post coming in really late. We need to see and we want to see more bodies committed forward to the attack. And I think we're starting to see that a little bit more, potentially as Portugal starts to tire.
the case when England faced Brazil, when they faced Australia, that they'll be able to capitalise on the team tiring the second half, but it wasn't the case in those games. But here's him, Daly.
Go on.
First chance to run at the defence. And she looks to
That's a good ball. Unlucky.
Plenty of bodies forward here.
England passing the ball around, causing a bit of trouble to Portugal, but trying their hardest to get the first goal of this game, to dominate this entire first half. But
Greenwood from Jessica Silva. Nazare can break away. Again, the white shirts around her, but Nazare battling hard and dispossessing.
Come on.
Midfield again.
Well, 41 minutes played, England 0.
Getting as much of the ball in attack. I think if you give Portugal 0-0.
Portugal 0.
I think they'd most definitely take it.
I mentioned the Netherlands being one of their opponents. This sort of performance from Portugal, they can certainly trouble the current Dutch side.
Guys, gals,
They could do, I think for me,
keep your questions coming. Like, sub, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Have many questions, I'll answer as many of them as I can. But hopefully you guys are enjoying it. We are nearly at half time.
Hold on to it, draw other players in.
It certainly troubled the Dutch at the last Euros. 3-2 defeat in another entertaining game. They certainly left their mark on the tournament, the Portuguese. Leave their mark on this game so far. Stanway. Looks for Daly. It's a lovely ball to pick out the England forwards. Support is coming.
Go on, here comes Daly. And a shot. Oh.
The shot blocked in the end.
Unlucky.
Absolutely no interest in passing that Rachel Daly. Here's James.
Here we go. Ah. Doing this, folks, is to get your poll ready for half time.
Looking for here. Silva. She saw a little space behind Greenwood. That space. Nazare out of the moment. And a little slap of the ground there. The youngster. 20 years of age, but what about Daly here?
This is what we want to see more from her. It's been difficult with Portugal's backline, but the way she can run at the backline, cut herself infield and open up for that shot. You had Lauren James, you had Lucy Bronze open on that right-hand side, but as you said, there was no chance of her passing that ball. Potentially on another day she may do, because it was brilliant. Support play from England.
22 WSL goals earns you that right. She has been scoring for England in the games she's played up front as well. So against Italy, scored against Japan in the friendlies at the end of last year.
Come on, England. About
Walking back to Marios, who hasn't had
not a lot to do, and I will say that. Not a lot to do.
a scenario. Marios, even in the games against fancied opposition, that's how strong England have been under Serena Wiegman. We don't want to read anything into the numbers, but we will anyway. Because usually in international games, there'll be 1 to 11 on the back of their shirts, but players have specific numbers in this game, and I wonder, you just wonder, the fact that Daly's wearing 9, that James is wearing 7, Kelly wearing 18. Let's just do that for now.
Leave Charles wearing 3. There's so many questions you can ask over that, whether it's something they want you to read into, whether Serena Wiegman's done it as a ploy to get people thinking different things. Who knows with her? But as a player, you definitely read into numbers. You want that number 1, you want that number 10, whichever it is in that starting position, you want it.
James in that iconic number. Toon. Oh, a lucky break there, Toon. This might work for England. Hemp. And Toon and Stanway are waiting for that ball back. Stanway attacking.
Oh, off the bar.
The bar.
England's most dangerous moments have come from deliveries from Lauren Hemp. They've been brilliant. England have done well to find gaps between the centre-backs. Normally Rachel Daly, this time Georgia Stanway, as you said, just clipped the crossbar.
For half-time, folks.
Time has been blown. England have created
England nil, Portugal nil.
had the odd moment
But
getting forward
the poll out, what did you guys think
Milton Keynes
of
1-0.
the first half? Anything going nil, Portugal nil. Keep your questions coming, folks. Keep your questions coming. And I'll answer as many of them as I can. So just keep them coming. I'm happy to answer anything. So hopefully you guys are enjoying the stream. Let me know what you guys have thought of the game, who you think the best players have been during the first half. And also, do you guys think England are going to get the goal eventually? And who do you think it might be that might score the goal? So guys, keep them coming. Answer. Just want to see what your views are on the first half. What your views are? Do you think England are going to go far in the World Cup and all that jazz? Because that's coming up very shortly, which I will be covering as many games as I can. That I can. I won't be on a Tuesday and a Wednesday because I'm out most of the day, so I miss nearly all of the games. But I will be watching. But I will be watching games when I'm out and about, so. I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting for you. Questions. Put your thoughts. So I'm interested to see what questions you guys are gonna give to me. What you want to ask about, like literally anything. I'm happy to answer anything. If you want to ask me anything about the channel, any videos, Chelsea Football Club, any like match highlights coming out. So keep a question coming. The closest England, the quickest England have come to scoring a goal has been right at the end when Jordan Way hit the bar. Apart from that, there's not been really much happening. The game's been quite flat, to be honest. But if England keep doing this and do score, I'll be happy. So keep your questions are coming, folks. I'm interested to hear your thoughts are. Just give it as many questions as you can. Exciting to watch. Think about it. Like, it's not a bad match. So, I'm hoping you guys are enjoying the stream. Let me know in the chat as well. It's England 0, Portugal 0. It could. So I'm gonna at halftime also have a look at some news. At the same time for you folks, we can also have a look at some transfer news as well at halftime to spread out when not a lot is happening. Austrian Grand Prix has finished in Formula 1 and a sprint finish with Max Verstappen winning, so that one. So we're just checking stuff at the moment, folks. Leicester City of the Championship, who did get relegated from the Premier League last season, have signed Connor Cody from Wolves, who has signed a 3-year contract. Understand that the fee is 7.5 mil with a possible 1 mil in add-ons. The news comes after Leicester complete the signing of Tottenham Academy graduate Harry Winks in a 10 mil move earlier on Saturday. So Harry Winks for 10 mil and Connor Cody for 7.5 mil. Double business for Leicester City. We're just checking, see if any more news. Tom Cleverley, at the age of 33, who has been plagued by injuries, has called time on his playing career, but looks to remain at the club in a coaching capacity, folks. We are having a look, seeing what else is up, just to confirm anything else. Wow. Even though my cousin hates this player who plays for Sheffield Wednesday, Marvin Johnson has put pen to paper on a new contract with Sheffield Wednesday. The winger's previous deal came to an end following our 2022-23 season, but now extended in S6. The 32-year-old moved to Hillsborough in the summer of 2021 on a free transfer and since featured 95 times for Wednesday in all competitions, folks. We are just checking. Chelsea have signed someone, but it's a youngster. Have signed Portugal under 21 star. Sorry, I'm going to butcher this. Diego Maria has completed the move to Chelsea from Benfica. The winger, whose father, El Mami, was a Guinea-Bissau international, joined Benfica from Standard Liège in 2020, played an important role in the club's 2022 UEFA Youth League triumph. The 18-year-old grabbed 2 assists in the final, which saw Salzburg defeat 6-0. Moria featured regularly for Benfica B last term, having already made his senior debut that came against Pacos Ferreira in May of 2022. The winger is currently representing his country at the European Under-21 Championships and has featured against Netherlands and Belgium. So Chelsea have signed someone called Diego Maria. And he has got football lineage in his family because apparently his father is an ex-Guinea-Bissau international. So we're going to teach you a bit more. His father, El Mami Moria, from Guinea-Bissau, who played for kind of handful of clubs that you guys may have heard of in his career. Started his career at Bona Vista from 1997 to 2001. Then played on loan for a season, checking where it's for a team in Portugal called Gondomar SC. Then went and signed for Gil Venti on loan. Then signed for Standard Liège from 2001 to 2006. During that period, first season, he went on loan to Hamburg SV on loan. Then played for a season for Dynamo Moscow. Then played for a team called Advez. I think that's in Portugal, called CD Advez or Club Deportivo des Advez, who are in the second tier of Portuguese football. Then he went from there for a year, and played for Partizan, and then played for 3 clubs, which I know I'm going to budget so hard. But I'll try my best. If I can, I'll try my best, and I will do my best I can. Which is, folks, Darlene Urban, which is the Chinese Super League club formed in 1983. Then the other team is Jovadina, a club from Serbia. Then the 2013, he played for a team based in Salamanca, which is a community of Castellin and Leon, I think, in Spain, and the club was called Unión Deportiva Salamanca, or SAD. And then he finished his career in 2014 in Portugal, in Lisbon, playing for a club called Atlético de Club de Portugal, called Atlético PC. There we go, folks. His dad's been around the block, so it could, for good and purpose, folks. Russo is coming on for England, so that's his father, who has been around the blocks and everything else. So it looks like he's known for his time at Bona Vista, going for the Bona Vista Academy and playing for the first team. But most of his career, he'll be most noticeable for his time playing for Standard Liège in Belgium.
Maybe that's more of a natural position for her.
Let's have a look quickly, folks, and I will try and find out for you, folks. I wanted you to get a bit more to know what has he won in his career. The most of his career, he's won one Chinese League, one. He's won the Serbian Cup 3 times with Partizan Belgrade. He has won the Serbian Superliga 4 times with Partizan Belgrade. And those are the only league titles he's ever won in his career. Were at Partizan and one in China. Apart from that. And he was in Serbia's Superliga team of the season twice in a row. And in 2008 was Partizan's player of the season. So it's actually not that bad. So that's not too bad. And then let's have a little bit of information about the youngster that is signing for Michael Chelsea, which his birthplace is Liège in Belgium. So I'm quite crunk of Chelsea. They got straight on to that. Okay. His full name, if I want to go down that route, is Diego Manuel Jadon de Silva Moria, who now plays for us. He used to play for Benfica, so he's very, very grateful. His father is Almani Moria, was then playing professional football at Standard age at the time. From his mother's side, Diego is also the grandson of Helmut Graf, a German-born footballer who also played for the Belgian club from 1976 to 82. So, we've got someone who's got in his family some heritage within the sport, within the game. So it'll be interesting to see how this youngster is. This one's going to have a lot of talent put on his shoulders. But hopefully he does well at the age of 18. So I'm quite grateful for that. I'm quite grateful. Second half's on the way. And stuff like that. We are going to see if I can find... I do... He's also... So guys, keep putting in your question in the chat, like, subscribe to the channel if you are new. We will stop the poll there. Oh, lucky England. I'm going to do this one so you guys can get back.
Exciting changes. You said it, didn't you, that the depth that this squad has is so exciting. The changes that they've made hasn't weakened the squad at all. In fact, potentially moving forward, it could have made it even stronger. Yes, Alex Greenwood would be a player that you'd expect to be at the back in some kind of format, whether it's central or whether it's...
We are here to have a look at... I don't know if we have signed any other youngsters. We are going to have a look at someone in a minute.
10 shot in the end from the hero of the Euros.
This guy's called...
Another player that's going to be full of confidence.
Another youngster that is joining us is Nicholas Jackson. He is 22 years old, from the Gambia, but just played for Senegal. He's played for the Villarreal B team. He's been away in Spain, playing for a team called the Club Deportivo Mirandes. Then went on loan for 16 games. Then played for Villarreal from 2020, the first team from 2021 to 2023, playing 35 games, scoring 12 goals. If you did that for us in that record, I would be happy. I would be over the moon. And now he's signed for the mighty Blues, called Chelsea. So, I'll tell you a bit more. He was born in Banjul with Senegalese ancestry. That's why he now plays, can be eligible to play for Senegal. At the age of 16, he played for his local side, ASC Toulouse, before joining Casa Sports, where he was part of the first team during the 18-19 season. He was also named as man of the match in a 1-1 draw against SS Pinky in 16th of November 2018. He also signed for a contract with La Liga side Villarreal in 2019. So he's actually done quite well for himself. He's done really, really well, and I'm glad that we've got him at a point in his career where I think we can make him a good player, a good old youth person for us. But hey, we'll see how it goes. The other one we're gonna have a look at. We're gonna have a look at some news. And also, guys, keep putting your questions in the chat, guys, and subscribe if you are new to the channel.
And if there's any doubts, they want to take her off.
Well, that's one of the things. If there is any
So keep your questions coming, and I'll be happy to answer as many of your questions as physically can be possible. But I'm glad that this guy signed for us because we are a very big club, and let's see. And Patrick Vieira is appointed Strasbourg boss, and that is big because Chelsea owner has recently agreed a deal to buy a majority stake in the club who finished 15th in league and last season, 5 points above the drop. So for us Chelsea fans, because he RC Strasbourg will be our feeder club, which a lot of our youth players will go over there to get first team football. Some might come over here if we think they're good enough to come over here. And that will mean that we will be checking, see how our feeder club is getting on. Because throughout the next season, I might potentially, other than doing Chelsea and doing other teams like that, I might tend to do a bit more of RC Strasbourg because of the fact that we are now a feeder club to Chelsea Football Club, which would be nice to do that. Whether their first game is live of the season, I'll try and do it if it doesn't clash with a Chelsea game or when I'm at a Portugal game. So, Tielemans has officially been unveiled at Aston Villa. The Belgium international will wear number 8 at Villa Park.
James finds that little pocket. Not on the same wavelength there.
Come on, England.
For Russo. Or for him, by the way, didn't find either of them. But we are excited to see Laura James in that 10 role. It's where we believe she wants to be eventually.
Definitely, and this is the right time to put her there. This is the right time to test.
Inter Milan have signed Marcus Thuram. Thuram joined on a free transfer after his contract with the Bundesliga's club. Borussia Mönchengladbach expired. Jeez. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun.
That's the question mark at the moment.
Finding herself on that left-hand side.
Just checking to see if there's any other news for you folks. So Bosley is to have a Liverpool medical. Chelsea have ramped up the Caicedo interest. Oh, this is getting juicy. Chelsea will reportedly increase their offer to sign their efforts to sign Moises Caicedo after accepting Man United's 60 million bid for Mason Mount. The club will recruit more than 200 million player sales in June to help fund enough to sign their main midfield target from Brighton. Pochettino has earmarked the midfield as his next target after Chelsea completed the 13.1 mil signing of Nicholas Jackson on Friday from Villarreal. Chelsea have already had a 60 mil offer rejected from Caicedo, but there is that an offer of around 80 might be agreed. Also, that'll be blue. Ball's crossing for England, header over the top, and it's still 0-0, folks. This is something that I'm not disappointed. I am not going to get upset about this one. This guy's won everything in the game for Chelsea Football Club. This guy is a club icon, a legend. I think the second greatest, one of the best captains we've had since John Terry. Cesar Azpilicueta bids farewell to Chelsea Football Club as he joins on a 2-year deal at Atletico Madrid. I'll give him all the best. He has physically, with Chelsea, won everything in the game. the only Chelsea player to ever achieve that, and that is with every heart. Like me and my dad have said in the past, about this. He deserves to have another move. The guy's been loyal to us. The guy has been an absolute great servant, and the guy's won everything with us. He physically won every trophy with us. So that guy can go. When Kante went, Kante was exactly the same. He's worked his socks off for this club. That guy can go and have a big move. That guy deserves it. Aspiguet deserves to move to another big club because he deserves it for what he's done. And stuff like that is really deserved. I won't go into the Mason Mount situation because that guy can literally F and blind for hours on that situation. But, oh, England, man. England just need to keep doing this and doing that and doing this and doing that. We're just doing this to get some conversation going as well while the game's going on. We're having a look. Wow. Whoever thought I'd be saying this, folks. The new manager of Adana, Demirspor, is former Netherlands striker Patrick Vieira. Patrick Vieira, at the age of 46, had coached Curaçao and was part of the Netherlands coaching staff under Louis van Gaal from 2012 to 2014.
Now him, Russo on the move. Here is Russo. Challenge there. And the foul's gone the other way.
Inter have confirmed Skriniar is departed. Inter Milan have announced the departure of defender Milan Skriniar and Danilo D'Ambrosio and midfielder Roberto Gagliardini from the club upon the expiry of their contract. The 28-year-old Skriniar had captained Slovakia, had won a Scudetto, 2 Italian Cups, 2 Italian Super Cups during the 6th year with the Nerazzurri, for whom he had made 246 appearances and 11 goals. Skriniar's last season was played by injury as he missed over 20 games in all competitions with Inter, who finished third in the Italian top flight. Skriniar has been linked to a move to Liga and champions Paris Saint-Germain.
Russo. Hemp. James out there with Hemp. And James is offside. But it is a position, even though...
But we need England to get a goal somehow, some way, just to get a bit of a life into the stream. But hey, I don't see it coming anytime soon. So I'm just checking quickly.
But it's interesting to see Lauren Hemp and Chloe Kelly changing sides as well. Lauren Hemp playing on this right-hand side, actually wanting her to cut in field a little bit more, and the same with Chloe Kelly. Whereas I thought in the first half, Lauren Hemp was really good getting around.
I'm just checking some stuff to see if any other news or any other updates.
Pinto.
At the moment, nothing has happened of late, folks. Nothing has happened of late. Here comes Portugal, and I think England are going to get that clear. Or they are trying to get it clear. We have confirmed that Tom Wheeland has left Chesterfield Football Club via mutual consent to join fellow National League club Boreham Wood.
For England in terms of the way they play with Walsh as that single midfielder at the base of their midfield, the single pivot.
So that's another player for Chesterfield. The second one to have left in today, in fact. I'm not done. Oh, is that a penalty? No, penalty for England, folks. 2 hours, we've had another big move. Timothy Weah, the USA forward, joins Juventus from Lille. Here we go, let's have a look and see. From an undisclosed feed, the 23-year-old scored 8 goals in 102 appearances for the French club. His father is George Weah, the president of Liberia, who won the Ballon d'Or in '95 while playing for Juventus, Italian rivals AC Milan. Timothy Weah was born in the United States, but began his professional playing career with Paris Saint-Germain, where he won the league on title before moving on to Celtic. He was part of the Celtic side that won the League and Cup double in 2018-19 season. Apart from that, there's nothing else to say about that one. But
Desperate to take it instead. Plays that ball in and it's clean.
well done. England are playing very well. Portugal playing very well. It's just at the moment.
With her hands.
It's interesting to see how anything else is gonna materialise at this moment in time. We're just gonna keep focusing on other things. But at the moment I'm in a. Go on, Russo! Off the line!
It was excellent work from Russo to get the shot away, but the cover, the experience, the Borges on the line.
Oh my god, how have England not scored that? How have England not scored that is beyond me, but hey oh.
Three players making those recovery runs, and it was Anna Borges on that line sliding in.
Oh.
Much more exciting forward play from England in this second half already.
Russo stretching, trying to force it. Borges did well to avoid the post. Applauded by Serena Wiegmann. And know how close that was. Congratulating the teammate there. Prevented England from opening the scoring on the hour. Stanway. It's a decent corner toward Bronze at the post. Danger not clear for Portugal. It is now Bronze with a header. Definitely the target from the corner.
Another brilliant delivery from Georgia Stanway.
Come on, England.
Changed the direction of it almost to perfection. Left the goalkeeper standing, but the post came to her aid. The goal's living a charmed life.
How on earth have England not scored in this game is beyond me.
Here's James.
Go England, hopefully. We need a goal, but I don't know where a goal's going to come from. But we've... get your fingers crossed and everything else and hope for the best. That's all you can do at the end of the day is just pray for the best. That's all you can do right now.
But also, it's a moment of fortune, which you need when you're facing this England side. Amado, Bronze, thought about stretching for that one and thought twice. Kelly, excellent work, excellent pressure. Kelly.
Go on, England. Oh, have you not scored that?
Well, we thought Kelly might have the shot. She fed her teammate there, but Russo couldn't hit the target.
Brilliant pressure here from Chloe Kelly on the transition. Drives forward, great footwork, and completely selfless.
How was Russo miss that?
Didn't expect there to hit the target, just drags it slightly wide. But England are getting in those positions more and more in this second half, causing more problems for Portugal, and there's a number of players getting involved in those attacking areas, players higher up the pitch, and it's difficult for Portugal.
We're going to make a couple of changes here. They've taken off their captain Dolores Silva. It's one of those to make way, and Deanna Silva also coming off. Centre forward, Thelma Carnassau, who scored against Wales in the draw in the friendly a couple of months ago. Andrea Jacinto, Sociedad midfielder. Plan there. England are also going to make two changes very shortly. Laura Coombs, Katie Zellum down there. Bronze, Stanway, Kelly. Who's looked bright this second half since coming on. And she'll get the corner as well. Such a live wire. The thing we talk about whether Kelly's going to start, but if she does come off the bench, she's going to be quite a weapon for England.
She will do, and I think that's one of the things that Serena Wiegmann is potentially looking at today. She knows she can start players, but she wants to know who's going to give her that impact from the bench. She had it from Ella Toon, she had it from Russo in the Euros. She's going to need it from somebody in this World Cup.
crowded penalty area. Stanway's looking for bronze again, who did get to it first. Aldo, the clearance. Charles hoping that runs behind for another corner, it will.
We spoke about the deliveries in the first half from corners, about playing it short. Was it being a little bit too clever this early on, where they won't have time necessarily to have worked on them?
Come on, England, we're going.
England head time and time again, just haven't quite managed to make it into the back of the net. But sometimes just a good delivery and a good attacking play is all that you need.
Lucy Bronzer's always been a target for set pieces for England. Stanway sends that one in. Some great defending in there. Two Portuguese players going for the ball. Carter. Charles sends that in.
Another corner.
More last-ditch stuff for Portugal.
You said it there, last ditch. It's all starting to become a little bit last ditch for Portugal, riding their luck at times.
Katie Selim, one of those who missed out on the Euro squad, but she is effectively the reserve for Kira Walsh. Sit at the base of that midfield. Manchester United player. And Stanway going off for Laura Coombs, who's having a second wave at international level. She thought it might never happen for her again, but she's within the picture of Serena MCreation squads and is part of this World Cup squad.
There's no surprises there with those substitutions for me. Kira Walsh and George Stanway are two of the first names on that team sheet. They've had their hour-long run out. Now protect them, because they're going to be vital for England if England are going to go all day.
So Hemp with corner duties now. The two subs on the edge of the area. Zellum and Coombs. Hemp is towards Zellum. Charles. Morgan was still up waiting for the cross, but it didn't come in the end. So Niamh Charles. She's going to go for the long throw here. Is it towards Russo? So good at holding that ball up. Russo again. Carter. Coombs. First touch. Hemp. Send it in towards Russo. Right to the back post, and Kelly. Desperate to see a goal in this game, but Portugal holding out still. Coombs. Bronze. James trying to lay it back. Out there. So that's a decent pass to Capetta. Capetta, it's not a bad ball either to Norton. This is promising, and Norton trying to catch out Nerio, so it takes some doing.
Slightly audacious, but I think that potentially would count as a shot on target for Portugal, which could be their first shot. So I'm sure they'll take that as a positive, but good movement down here, down their left-hand side. Jacinto's just come on. Brilliant ball down the line, and will cause problems for England if they switch off at all.
Here's Katie Zillum, who can pick her passes, and she's picked that one out to Charles. And Charles, this might work for Coombs. Oh, the touch wasn't there. Was unlucky for England there. Eyes would have lit up. Two players down. Lauren Hemp. There's Norton down there for Portugal. In fact, there's two Portuguese players down at the moment. Borges as well. What a chance for Laura Coombs, who hasn't scored for England.
Great delivery from that left-hand side. Found herself in a brilliant space at the edge of that box. Her first touch just let her down. This is where we talk about match sharpness. I'm sure she'll be reliving that one in her head a few times over, but it's brilliant to be in those positions, to get those opportunities.
So guys, keep your questions coming, like, subscribe if you're new to the channel.
Off the bench onto the pitch.
Siobhan, you know how special it is to play at a World Cup. That's what Laura Coombs will hope to do. Even if she doesn't play, we will have so much of the action on ITV, starting with Australia's opening match, the co-host's opening match of the tournament against the Republic of Ireland in their debut appearance in the competition, 20th of July for that one, 10:15 on ITV1 and ITVX. And then England's opening game against Haiti on Saturday, the 22nd of July, the morning of. All the players who were down are able to continue. Oh, and almost a back pass from Hemp towards Earps. In fact, Hemp had turned away. I don't think she realised what had happened. I don't think she saw it.
I think she'll be grateful that she turned back. I don't think Mary Earps really appreciated the speed of the pass, took a little bobble up. But it's basics there from England. We've got to get our first touch ready. It just skipped away from her. And she'll be incredibly grateful that it's gone past the post. But that's an important part of goalkeeping positioning. Be in a position.
As we need to, but thank you very much for the 2 likes. I highly appreciate it, folks.
Mistakes do happen. It's not in the back of the net.
Break that down a little bit more once England have seen this corner away. If they can, though, Portugal. Norton to take, just into on the edge of the box. In goes the corner. Costa trying to keep it alive, helps it back inside that penalty area. And now Russo trying to break away, but he won't get to that. Once again, looking for a free kick there. Not going to get it, Portugal. James. So tight to her, but that's. He just says there's a little tug on James's shirt, but she rides that. And then I think he's still thinking about that back pass there. Wasn't quite quick enough to that ball. Morgan.
So guys, keep your questions coming. We've got 20 minutes left of this game. Hopefully we can get a winner.
First that time. Portugal. Lucky there. And with the scoreline as it is, I wonder if Portugal fancy their chances of nicking this.
Also, from the other perspective, you wonder what England's mindset is. Do they continue doing what they've been doing and stick to their principles, or do they play as if it's a knockout football match at a World Cup? Think we've got 10 minutes to go, we need to win this game, how do we change it?
It's him. Well, it will be a corner in the end. Portugal are claiming for a goal kick. Serena Wiegman watching her side take this corner short. Coombs, that's a lovely ball in. Two queuing up. Russo in the end. Kelly was also in that penalty area. Lovely ball from Coombs.
It's a lovely delivery from Laura Coombs. Two players offside there in the middle, I think. The assistant referee's flag came up, so I think they'll be grateful that it didn't end up in the back of the net.
Haven't had to turn to VAR yet. Some might say hopefully not. Here's Bronze. Once again, attacking threat for England.
I quite like VAR. It means there's something controversial happening. It means something exciting.
Here's him. Oh, it's a teasing ball in. They've not cleared their lines. Charles couldn't keep the chance alive. Pinto. Pinto. It's on the right-hand side this time. Shaw and Carnasau up front. He's had a touch of the ball yet. Going to get one with a pass like that out of defence.
So hopefully England, you can get on the move and get going.
Charles to Morgan. Morgan fighting the press. James doesn't mind if players try to challenge her, but couldn't release the ball there.
So keep your questions are coming, like, sub and subscribe to the channel if you are new.
Of course, because if it works, it's going to work very well indeed for England. find themselves exposed.
It will, and that time it was just one player too many making those challenges, but we've seen, especially in the opening section of that second half, when she received the ball in those pockets between the lines and can receive it off the back shoulder and turn, she can deliver the pinpoint pass through for the nine, for the wide players, to cause so many problems for the opposition. England just haven't quite got it into the back of the net yet.
Harry Earps. There's a Warner build from the back. Boots. Earps will switch this out to Charles. Charles taking it well. Driving England forward. They're looking for the inside ball to Kelly. And more of that good cover from Portugal, from Borges as well. It has to be reminded that she is usually a forward. Just taking it, touch on towards Charles. Almost worked out for England there.
It did, and that opportunity came about firstly from a direct ball from Mary Earps. Played it slightly longer. See here the header from Niamh Charles, very comfortable for the goalkeeper, but in order to get there in the first place, it was the delivery from Mary Earps out wide to Niamh Charles. But Mary Earps could potentially have a little bit more of an influence on this game, in possession, dictating those forward passes.
Well, it's going to be a free kick here for Portugal.
Come on, England.
Talking about the option of Mary Earps being involved a little bit more. She's good on the ball. She can deliver balls with her right foot, left foot. Without Millie Bright, without Leah Williamson in there, can she be a little bit higher up and dictate the rhythm of England's distribution a little bit more?
Yeah, that incident with Earps and him. You blaming the outfield player for that, Sean?
I'm not blaming anybody. No, for me, it's good positioning from Mary Earps in terms of where she's offering for the back pass. Because if you're outside the width of the goal, if mistakes like that do happen, then it's not going to end up in the back of the net. Had she been central, that's a goal.
Shinto takes the free kick, but not
Well done, England.
tough by Earps. Ball sent out to Charles. Now him. Left-hand side. Her and Kelly switch so often. Club and country. Manchester City wide players. That's a loose pass from Zellum. A little rusty at times with their passing in this game.
Thankfully for England though, Portugal starting to look a little bit tired, not getting higher up the pitch. They've made changes, so you think there could be a little bit more freshness in the legs, but failing to get high up the pitch and capitalise on those errors.
Maybe a friendly, but the scoreline was to stay the same. This would still be seen as a huge result for Portugal. Huge boost for them. Getting to the World Cup. The opponents they have to face, considering they do have to face the world champions
I know he's on about.
and the former European champions in the Netherlands.
Come on, England.
The Netherlands are definitely going through a period of change at the moment. Under Wiegman, they had such consistency in their side. Exactly what we see now with England, the team that won that championship. But now there is a lot of change. There is a process going on to rebuild, and could be a good opportunity for Portugal there to make it out to the group.
Kelly, the ball in.
Oh.
Towards goal by Russo. Have looked a lot more dangerous in this second half, England.
They have, and this time it's Chloe Kelly down this right-hand side. Whips in that early delivery, and Alessia Russo doing what she does best, getting across that near post. She makes brilliant runs, makes it hard for the defender to pick her up. Just evades that near post space, and in the end, good defending by Portugal to force her wide.
The intensity of Chloe Kelly's attacking play really makes so much happen for England. Compton. And Earps to get that to Morgan. And Zellum, England building from the back with a side that haven't played together too much. Here's Hemp.
Well, that's a good ball.
Will always be there at the back
Oh,
post.
too much on it.
Kelly. Good ball inside to Bronze. Back reacher in the end. Kelly gets her foot in and wins it back. And Bronze. And Russo lining one up and looking for
Oh.
wide it goes.
I think that's 3 times in a row that Alessia Russo has just dragged it just wide.
England are going to score eventually, but I just don't see when.
Right now. I think she looked because she wanted to make the pass, but there wasn't the opportunity, so she took the shot in the end, wasn't fully committed to it, and ended up dragging it wide.
Serena Wiegman, such a created chances. Alessia Russo will find out her new club very, very soon. We're into July now. Here's Earps. Carter. James, who is dropping deep to get the ball. May not be a bad thing at times.
Come on, England.
Russo. James. Brilliant control. Over.
That's a foul.
Free kick. Not many players in the world can take the ball like that though. The way Lauren James did there. Yellow card for Pinto.
So comfortable in possession. Drives forward.
So let's have a look and see if there is any updates, any more
Been brilliant on the ball.
transfer news that's happening.
Something different to what they had at the European Championship. She's not like a player England had in that squad, and it's a really brilliant option for Serena Wiegman to have, whether it's wide, whether it's central, whether it's from off the bench.
One of England's young talents, and here comes another of England's young talents in Katie Robinson. Let's see Hemp be the one to make way. We're about to find out. In the meantime,
10 minutes to go, folks. 10 minutes to go.
Change for Portugal. Amado, the fullback, making way, and Norton as well. Carolina Mendes, one of the Centurions. Who's at Braga? It's coming on. And that's Lucia Alves, who's the left fullback. And it is indeed Hemp to come off. So Mendes will slot in midfield for Portugal. Alves at left back. And Robinson for Hemp. So Robinson in one of the wide positions on the left at the moment. Zellum. Is a goal going to come for England? This might be the moment. As Kelly took it. And good contact with it.
Go on.
And Kelly.
Oh.
Couldn't keep it in place.
Ah.
Well, another day England would have a few goals, but still yet to find the net.
The crowd were willing that one over that goal line. Chloe Kelly getting great position at that far post, just couldn't quite get the connection right. It's coming for England. The question is, will it come within the 90 minutes?
So the last 10 minutes, 90. Two changes for Portugal. There's Zellum. Charles. And Robinson just keeping that in play. She must have run with the ball, Robinson, she's done that.
Come on, England.
Also, credit to Katie Robinson.
Come on, England.
This one as well. Brighton were fighting a relegation battle this season for the WSL. Zellum. Carter. Charles.
Charles has done well to get forward in this second half for England from that left side. She does it week in, week out for Chelsea. She likes to attack. When I played with her a few years ago, she was a wide player. She wasn't anywhere near the back line.
Just throws
so well
into that penalty area. Didn't want Russo to cut you off there, Sharon. England search. Still. Robinson. To turn. Right to Charles. He's getting a lot more joy attacking areas. So Charles. Just a player with a good shot on her from distance. I don't think she meant to go for goal there, but it almost struck in at the back post.
So I think that was a cross aimed back post at Chloe Kelly, coming in late.
Oh, that's back
The
cross.
connection that she wanted, but as I said, she's done really well to get into those positions high up the pitch and get those deliveries in.
Pinto. We're talking about Neve Charles. She can play in lots of positions. So she's going to have to now with Chelsea signing another big world star in Ashley Lawrence. In back herself. Expect competition when you play for the champions. Where is Charles? Robinson. And Zellum. Morgan. Kelly. Dig the cross out, she can. And it might work out.
Go on! Yes! No! Yes! Oh!
Combs in there. In the ends, they're flooding that box.
They're getting bodies in the box, which is important, and that's why they're getting more luck with getting on the end of it. But Laura Coombs there, 2 attempts, couldn't quite get the first one, did really well to be able to adjust for the second, but comfortable for the goalkeeper in the end.
Bronze. And is across. Portugal. Really close now to a big result for them in the tournament. James.
There's no Millie Bright to throw up front for the last 5 minutes of this game. I wonder if Serena Wiegman's got an alternative choice for how do we win it.
Well, plenty of the crowd out here to see England before they fly out. 26,267 the attendance today. A stadium that holds about 30,000. A big crowd in MK, the birthplace of Leah Williamson, who unfortunately wasn't able to lead England out today or will be at the World Cup. But she is watching the match today, she is in attendance today. Bronze, covering across, sucking out the danger.
Come on, England, can you
Morgan. Zellum. Morgan.
Come on, England, just get a goal. Come on. I don't want it to finish in...
Nothing in this for Portugal.
I don't want the game to finish 0-0. I don't.
They're going to be caught in two minds at times how many they can commit to attacks, especially with this position to defend. But here's Russo. England look for a late goal. Kelly. So used to seeing England scoring goals. I think off the top of my head, only 3 occasions they failed to score on the Serena Wiegman. Big challenge on Kelly.
Hey, don't touch green. Yo, don't touch green.
Robinson. Robinson again, it will be a corner for England. 2 of England's injured stars watching on. Kate Mead, Leah Williamson in her hometown.
2 players, I'm sure, incredibly frustrated. They They're not out there on the pitch, but fully supporting the team.
So to take this corner. When we look for Lucy Bronze again, the answer is yes, but there's the goal. Bronze ended up gliding with the post, but she's okay, don't worry.
Really tidy handling there from Pereira. I think she'd have potentially felt like she would have had more involvement in the game today. She's probably a bit quieter than she would have thought.
Come on, England, man.
Wearing number 1, but they do change their goalkeeper quite often, Portugal. Here's Charles. There's been a threat down that side for England. Zellum. Trying to lay the diagonal. Another chance here, Katie Zellum. Ball has gone out of play. They're almost there, Portugal.
They are, and I spoke before about kind of how much England are going to go for this. Whether they want to get the win or whether they're happy settling, keeping, obviously they want the win, but keeping their structure, keeping the way that they're playing.
Come on, I want us to do this. I want us to get a goal, get a winner, anything.
What if scenarios? If we're losing, if we're winning.
Come on, England.
How do we adapt?
I don't think they're going to get a winner out of this. I don't think so.
Or a friendly, whether they've assumed they're going into this just playing, just getting minutes, just ticking over, or whether it's, yes, once we get to this point in time, we need to change things up. Because at the moment, it doesn't seem like there's been much change.
I mentioned about Portugal changing their goalkeepers quite often. Hopefully, you won't have to change goalkeeper here. Shuma Rice is the other goalkeeper who often plays.
It would be an interesting time for a strategic goalkeeper going down moment, which we know we see in the games these days. But
Going.
So I can only assume she is struggling slightly with something.
Siobhan, I'm going to ask you, we know that England like to play with so much intensity. In many ways, can we read too much in a match like this?
No, I don't think so. I think
I want England to do something, but it's going to end 0-0. England, are you watching the game on your? Are you watching the game or looking at the screen? I'm watching the game. I'm also doing other things at the same time because, like, if an incident happens, I think, or a big chance, and I gotta go and put it online, I'll go and make a clip for the channel. What score do you want? Come on, England. Do you think we will win the cup? I'm not sure either if they will get a winner. Yeah, I agree. I don't think. If England were to get a winner, I'll be absolutely fantastic. It will be happy. But I don't see it being a thing. I don't see it. Sadly, I don't see England getting a winner. 5 minutes of added on time at the end of the second half. 5 minutes, folks.
They've all their own way in this game.
Who will win men's and women's Ballon d'Or according to you? I have no idea because we haven't had the transfer window. It's just started. We don't know who's going to move to this place, to that place. So I can't say certain players unless and stuff like that. So.
And mainly out of possession. They've created a couple of little opportunities, but they've had to work without the ball for a lot of time.
But hopefully, oh come on, England.
Almost. Looking Jessica Silva. Bronze. Using that ball, Alves going down, desperate for the free kick. Portugal bench up in arms, and then Alves gives the ball away to Zellum. 3 more minutes for Portugal to see out here.
Are you looking it?
Took a gamble. It's worked out quite well, tussling with Charles. You can tell they're very much in game management mode now, the Portuguese. The side who only lost twice in qualifying, both games to Germany. No disgrace in that. They're heavily beaten by Sweden at the last Euros, but most of their games in the last few years, even when they've lost games, it's been by narrow margins.
Come on, England.
Who are rapidly improving. Maybe, just maybe,
Just let me have a look at something for you folks, because
Going to be a free kick and a booking of Yana Gomez, second yellow card of the afternoon for Portugal.
so I can find out when the next time a live watch will be up on the channel, so you guys will know. Yeah, I'm hoping.
Spoke about Portugal. They only lost 1-0 to USA in a recent friendly as well.
So there's no. There's not a lot of games that I can do if I wanted to do.
James. Zellum. Kelly. Portuguese shirt in the way again.
Just having a look. And at the moment, folks, there literally isn't anything.
Digging deep. Portugal though.
There could be me on Wednesday, the 12th of July, folks. I might end up doing a UEFA Champions League first qualifying round, first leg, just to get some content out for you, because it'll be a while before the next one. But
Pass into Bronze, who tried to flick it onto James.
I will be doing, folks, a lot of the FIFA Women's World Cup. At the moment, we don't know what games are going to be on. Are going to be on BT.
Many more chances to come in this game. Bronze. That switch forward. Again, more good defence from Portugal.
It's Tuesday the 11th, so I could.
Looking for Encarnação. Carter across. Nicely done. This could be England's last attack. Zellum. James couldn't ride that challenge. Bronze battling. That's a clean challenge.
The Champions League on the 11th.
This might be it for England.
Oh.
The story of the match so far has been the brilliant defending at times. The latest moment, Yana Gomez.
It's the ball from Lauren James that's asking questions of Portugal's backline again. Alessia Russo got her shot away. So Gomez again with a brilliant sliding tackle. Outstanding defending.
England taking the corner quickly. Zellum. This has to go in now. Kelly.
Come on, England.
Referee's got whistle in her mouth. It's a stalemate send-off for the Lionesses.
Full time, folks. England 0, Portugal 0. Like, subscribe with the notification to the post. I'm gonna have you will be having a watch along soon, starting on the 11th of July for the qualifiers for the UEFA Champions League, just to get something out there for you folks. So we'll be doing some UEFA Champions League qualifiers, and also I will be doing the FIFA Women's World Cup, as many games as I can. So like, subscribe with the notification, blue with the colour, and